Nazi Germany's revisionist history served as a powerful tool to control the population, justify atrocities, and build a cult of personality around Hitler. It highlights the dangers of manipulating history to fit an ideological agenda. Historical examples of revisionist history and the danger around them. I went kind of heavy into Nazi Germany first because I think that is probably one of the worst atrocities and one of the most poignant examples of revisionist history.
Mm-hmm.
So, I put under Adolf Hitler provides some of the most infamous examples of revisionist history, where the regime manipulated and erased historical narratives to suit its ideological agenda. Here are key examples. So, erasure of Jewish contributions to German society. The Nazis systematically removed references to Jewish scientists, artists, and intellectuals from German history books and cultural records. Examples: Albert Einstein, a Jewish physicist whose theories revolutionized science, was vilified and his achievements were dismissed as Jewish science. Crazy to think about, right? More relativity and Einstein's brilliant, but because he was Jewish and went against the narrative of Nazi Germany, they dismissed him as a hoax, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Because all of modern science is based on his findings. Jewish contributions to World War I, where many Jews served in the German military, were erased to bolster to the myth of Jews as enemies of the state. So the purpose was to portray Jews as outsiders and enemies of German culture, fueling anti-Semitic propaganda. I think, this is dangerous in our society today. We have a lot of anti-Semitism for some reason. I don't really understand where the anti-Semitism movement comes from. To me, I did some research into Israel and Palestine and some of those things, and it was very cut and dry for me. That Israel has the right to exist. If the founding documents of the countries against Israel are to remove all of Israel, genocide, and Israel is we have the right to exist, it seems to me to be pretty cut and dry there that Israel should have the right to exist. Now, is it more nuanced than that? For sure. Are there, missteps on both sides of that? Absolutely. But I do believe that, anti-Semitism is, I don't think it's healthy, and it's become kind of a trend of the woke culture in America today to be anti-Semitic, and I don't see that as truthful. The stab in the back myth. So the Nazis promoted the false idea that Germany's loss in World War I wasn't due to military defeat, but because of betrayal by internal enemies, particularly Jews and communists. So again, right, just revisionist history. Rewriting the Treaty of Versailles. Aryan supremacy is racial pseudoscience. Censorship and propaganda in education. Distorting Christianity. Burning un-German books. Distortion of the Holocaust. So, why does this matter? I put Nazi Germany's revisionist history served as a powerful tool to control the population, justify atrocities, and build a cult of personality around Hitler. It highlights the dangers of manipulating history to fit an ideological agenda. Would you like to, then I was just talking with ChatGPT on that there. But then I went into Soviet Union, China, Cambodia, North Korea, East Germany, and these are all just revisionist history states that I think are super dangerous. You look at Stalin, he manipulated history to consolidate power. Stalin went as far as airbrushing people out of pictures to revise history. So he took his former allies, Leon Trotsky, out of photographs and textbooks. So actually manipulated pictures, put them into textbooks and reprinted the textbooks as revisionist history. And so I think, it just gets so dangerous.
Well, and by the way, like to speak to that point, to airbrush somebody out of a photo, I'm not sure what that takes, but my guess is it's not that easy.
Back then, for sure, it wasn't like Photoshop.
Versus today, the way that you can manipulate information is endless.
Yeah. Photos and evidence and
all of
create deep fakes. And it's become way more prevalent. And so that's where I think it's important to be skeptical of those things, right? I am generally a skeptic at first. I'm somebody that wants to know. Somebody can tell me something that they know, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. I need to know that for myself. And so then I go do my own research to try and verify the validity of that truth claim from them.
Yeah.
And I think that becomes more and more important as the ability to manipulate evidence becomes more prevalent in society today.